Space Megaforce, presented by Toho.
Presented by Toho. Yeah, so yeah, that's what you get at the start of this game. So yeah, this is Space Megaforce. This is another compile shooter. Pretty much done a few of them already, the Guardian Legend and Gunnak so far. This one's for the SNES. So this is going to be a step up. It's very similar to Gunnak actually, in terms of actual gameplay. Once again, I believe you do have unlimited continues, so it can be... The actual stages are actually quite difficult in this game, but because you have unlimited continues, it kind of makes it a bit easier. So it shouldn't be too difficult for me, but I may have to try some stages multiple times. So yeah, this is the... I believe this is the European... I actually don't know. I can't remember what version I'm playing. So there are two sorts of games, standard and short. I haven't actually tried a short game. I've just played through the standard game, which has basically all the stages. So in the options thing, it's pretty simple looking. The Japanese version actually has a lot more graphics in them, but they took them out because they were too anime, I guess. For I don't understand why they ever do that, but whatever. The ending of this game is also a lot longer. I believe I've heard that it's longer and is much different than the ending here, which is just pretty lackluster. But I'm going to play the English version anyway, just because. So there are 5 difficulty modes. Apparently it starts at wild and tricky, and then normal, hard, and hyper. People have said that wild and tricky are easier than normal, but from what I've seen, normal actually seems to be easier than them, so I don't even know. Here we can see some of the music. You'll instantly see the funkadelic music, or hear it. I think that's the first stage, if I'm correct. So yeah, there's not many options. There's no shop like in Gunnak, but it's basically just go play through the game. Right, so area 1. Like Gunnak, there are different weapons, though in this case they don't just number them. This is multiple shot. There is an R button to change the directions you want for it to fire in. I think this one is probably the best. There's also a bomb button, but you can see it's leveling up there in the top left corner. Is now level 2. Also, pressing select allows you to move faster, so I always usually set it to the highest setting here. It seems to be the best option. This is laser, which you can change to a homing laser, though I only have one right now. So we're gonna use... Oh, got to level 3. So yeah, this is quite a long first stage actually, so I'm gonna use this. Let's get the circuit in. Basically a lot of these are... I believe this holds them in place, yeah. A lot of this first stage is about just getting the weapons and trying to use them, really. Multi-direction, I don't really like this one. You can, you know, when you're moving, obviously, you change the direction of the actual, the bullets, but it's kind of hard to use, so I'm probably going to try and get missiles. Yeah, there's 7 weapons, so this is missiles that kind of just homes in on targets. It's pretty nice. So, if you get hit, you lose your weapon level, which is quite a bummer actually. You need to keep your weapon level up, that's kind of the entire point of the game. This is the power shot, quite an interesting one. Basically it powers up and then you can just unleash it, basically. More or less. Gotta be careful here. And lastly we have spread shot here, which has a bunch of the... our friends here just moving across the screen. You can change it so they move across or change it so they randomly move. Oh, there's actually 8 weapons, my bad. Scatter shot is going to be our last one here. It basically just scatters the scatters the bullets once you hit a target with it. Oh god, I thought I got a hot... God damn it. I get hit after there. Right, so... Jesus. Right, I'll take the power shot. Notice I'm on level 1 weapon right now, so that's not fantastic. Okay, let's get the missiles in. We'll go with laser. I like the homing laser, it's actually really useful for parts of the game. It's much like the chaser weapon or whatever in Gunnak. It's pretty useful. I'm going to stick with the laser. Obviously the B is for bombs. So you pretty much want to get them. You can see down the bottom right, that is the amount of lives you have. Oh jeez, thank God I didn't get that. I got 3 lives, I believe, right now. I believe one of the fact that one of them is a yellow life, I believe that means that it starts you off where you die, instead of starting the area off again from the start, which is, I think, what it does normally. Now I can get my level up to level 6 for the weapons. Oh geez, so much talking. Alright, let's just get rid of these guys. Yeah, the homing laser is always useful. And I have 6 bombs now, as we can see down the bottom right there. They're pretty much only useful for bosses, so I pretty much keep it for them, or for sections that are really tricky to kill everything in time. This is not one of them. This stage is generally okay. You may take a couple hits like I did, but otherwise you should be okay. Alright. Get everything in there. But the game is still quite tricky, and it's gonna probably be impossible in the impossible setting, I would imagine, but I'm not even gonna bother with that. I believe it did actually have more cinematics if you beat on the higher difficulties in the Japanese version, but it just doesn't do that in this version. Right, now we have level 6, which is, I believe, the highest. I've never got anything higher than it. So I believe level 6 is the highest you can power up to. It's pretty powerful anyway. There was a bomb there, I unfortunately could not get it, but never mind. I usually forget about the bombs, which is pretty poor honestly, because they're very useful. It's kind of works the same as the water bomb in Gunnak, where, oh, Jesus, I got hit, damn it. Alright, let's work on building our level up again, I guess. Alright. Level 5. It doesn't take that long to build your weapon up if you do get hit again, but just be aware that you're probably going to be very weak if you do get hit. So try not to get hit that much. Otherwise, you're probably going to be pretty screwed, honestly. Right. Can I get in here? Yes. Always want to get those power-ups. I'm going to stick with laser. I believe this is the boss coming up. It looks like it. Alright. This boss is kind of tricky if you don't know what you're doing. He doesn't actually attack you at the start, it gives you a scare shot. I'm going to stick... I don't even know what he says. The voices are very compressed in this. Yeah, basically what he does is, I just use the laser at this part, I just go up right towards him. He'll move back and forth and just kind of stick out two blades at you, and then he'll call in this guy here. And this is quite annoying. God damn it. I really was hoping I wouldn't get hit by that. So you kind of want to just drag him around the area. This is probably a time to use one of your bombs, but I'm going to try and go on without it. Okay, I got the circle shot, which isn't great, honestly. Okay, I managed to take him out with the circuit shot. So now he's just going to be firing at us. I believe he goes round in a circle, surprisingly. And that is actually him taken down, and I am surprised I managed to get that. But we ended up with circle shot, level 4, and you can stop the balls. That's kind of the... let's go with missiles for the next stage. Alright, so that was Area 1. Quite long, actually. Took me 7 minutes or something like that. A relatively long time. So I'm going to pause after every stage and take a break, because obviously I want to make sure that I do decent on these stages, because there are around, I believe that was 12 areas in the games. Some of them are very short, but yeah. Alright guys, we're starting Area 2. I don't know why I was going to say Area 5 there, but okay. Right, so basically the goal of this place is to destroy pretty much the spaceship here. This is quite actually not an easy stage, especially because the boss. If you don't use a bomb on the boss, he's actually quite difficult. This here is an enemy eraser. It basically just gets rid of enemies on the screen. At first I thought it was an enemy attack, but no, it is actually a enemy eraser. I got the circle shot when I wanted the laser. But I believe I can actually kill these guys in the shields with the circle shot, which isn't bad. Lasers can actually also go through those shields, so you might want to get that. That's kind of what I was hoping for, but circle shot is nice and all, but it kind of does function like a shield, but sometimes you just want to home in on enemies. In fact, most of the time you do want to do that, so yeah. While it is nice to have, it's probably not the best weapon, especially not for this place. So I'm going to get laser, because it actually mercifully gave me them. They will give you weapons that are suited for the sections coming up, usually, but sometimes you do want to skip them. So that is a level 6 laser now, which basically demolishes most of the projectiles on screen. You do have to dodge some still, but we wouldn't be playing a shmup if we couldn't dodge stuff, though I'm not very good at doing that normally, so yeah. One thing that can be annoying is avoiding the actual weapons that you don't want. Like this multi-directional shot, it's probably the worst weapon I find, is the multiple directional shot, because I just don't know how to use it at all. So yeah, that can be quite annoying. Right here, surprisingly, I still have my level 6, even though I'm sure I got hit there, but sometimes you get lucky, I guess. Take those guys out. So yeah, there's a lot of turrets in this section, and yeah, that laser is just going to town basically. Let's try and hit stuff with my blue shot as well, because I surprisingly never took that thing out. Oh god, missiles everywhere! Missiles everywhere! Right, I think I got the bomb there, thankfully. Alright. I like how it zooms in and out when it goes to different sections though, it's pretty nice. Alright, let's just take that out. Alright. This is quite a lengthy stage as well. Let's get this laser. May as well. More lasers, alright. Man, just got stuff all over the screen, really. And this place looks pretty big. And we've blown up pretty much half of it so far. I think we're going down to this section next. Are we going in the center? But anyway, there's a boss that's basically a giant turret section, like the one you face, but it's a little trickier because you can't actually hit them as soon as they come up on the screen. You've got to wait until they can fire as well, which is really annoying because that pretty much means you'll need to use a bomb if you want to not get hit. Or at least I found that I need to do that with laser at least. Maybe you could like charge a power shot and like use that, and that would kill a lot of the enemies. Yeah, so you can actually wait for this thing to come down, but they don't actually. Apparently, there was no enemies on the screen when it actually got that power up, which is typical. Scatter shot I don't really use either, but it probably could be quite good because it just scatters bullets everywhere, basically. Oh Jesus! I think I got hit by that, but the laser does pretty well at actually saving my ass from getting hit. So I am playing on the fastest speed. I believe there are 4. Yeah. You want to make sure you're not playing on the default speed, because that's pretty slow, honestly. Alright, here is the section I am talking about. Get the laser. And for some reason he says, "Give me a break, will you?" I don't know why, but alright. So I threw a bomb in there. It took out pretty much most of the other turrets, and pretty much what you got to do after this is just move backwards and forwards, and just let the homing missiles pretty much do their work. They pretty much just aim for you, so it's not that tricky. I almost got hit there, but it's okay. It is okay. So I managed... Oh. Alright, well, I'll just blow the entire thing up, why not? And that should be the end of Area 2, with some funky music. Alright, Area 2, a little shorter than Area 1, but it was still pretty lengthy. This is actually a bonus area, so this one's going to be a lot shorter in length. A nice thing to note is that the coins actually rotate and stuff even when you're paused, which is kind of strange, but alright. This stage can be quite a bitch, actually. Even though it's meant to be a bonus stage, and I believe it's pretty short itself, the enemies are pretty relentless in this stage, and there's one enemy coming up that's especially annoying, so I'm going to get missiles instead of laser. I don't know if that is a good idea, but I think missiles are a little bit stronger, so we're going to go with that. These guys, yeah. Basically, they force you kind of around the area, and they're very annoying. But luckily, missiles seem to deal with them pretty well, so thanks, game, for giving me that. They do try to give you weapons that would be quite useful for the section coming up. I don't really see myself using the sprite or whatever, and I got hit there. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, he just left. Whatever. I'll take it, he just left. Right. There's another one. Yeah, he's firing shots out, but they're not very fast, so yeah. Whew, yeah, that is very short, but pretty hectic actually, because those enemies can be pretty nasty. So there you go. Alright, so Area 4 is coming up now. Alright, so this stage is actually very annoying. Level 6 right off the bat. There's a lot of things that are looking to screw you up here. Especially the flame ships, which are probably the most annoying part of this level. So there are these expanding planets, apparently. You can destroy them, but it's usually more trouble than it's worth, honestly. So yeah, so there's a part coming up where I think a lot of them attack you. Yep, and then you can kind of move into the center here, and you're relatively safe as long as you stay here. I think some more come up behind you, but they don't change path at all, so that's good. Right, this next part coming up is annoying. You kind of got to navigate between these two areas. You can move to the left or the right in order to get in pretty safe here. But you got to be aware that there's a couple of these guys coming up after. You'll be fighting a lot of these guys, by the way. I also noticed that the other missiles don't actually home in. I thought they did, but apparently they don't. Alright, let's get these. I believe you do get extra lives at certain score points, because now I have 6 now. And it displays them as a number instead now. Oh Jesus.
Laser.
Alright, I'm probably going to need to use bombs here. Yeah. I'm probably going to need to use 2. Great. Fantastic. Oh Jesus. Alright. Yeah, they're everywhere. Jesus. Alright. Okay, we're doing okay right now, but we would like to have better guns. Alright, this section you got to take out these flames. It's actually not as difficult as it looks if you just move back and forward. Alright, okay, this looks better. Yeah, just kind of got to take everything out here. Get my power up, yes. That's good. Right, I'm gonna stick with laser for now. Seems the best option, honestly, so yeah. These fucking planets, man. I mean, what is the purpose of them anyway? They just expand. I guess that's the point of them. I took another hit there, which isn't great, but looks like they're giving me enough power-ups for it to be okay now. I'm gonna stick with what I got, actually. Looks like they're trapping me at this side. And more of these flame things, which are very annoying. Alright, so I just gotta take out these things. There are quite a lot of them here. Alright. Not too bad. More of these flame things. Alright, Jesus. Just end stage, please. Alright, I got into the right position there just in time. Try to blow up these things. Okay. Just like, those annoying flame ships are the worst part of the section here. I surprisingly never took a hit there. Just kill these things right now. Alright, more of these things. They're not too bad when you can actually have something that can take it out, but if you're level 0 weapon, you'll pretty much get screwed. There's not really much you can do about that. You'll need to use bombs if you are on that. I'm surprised I never got hit there. Oh my god. Let's just get up there. Oh Jesus, there's seriously everything on screen right now. Finally got hit, but... Jesus, man. Too much shit on screen. Alright. Alright. I'm leveling up again. I gotta take out those things there. Goddamn planets. I took a hit to get that. That was probably a dumb move on my part. Alright, so I think we're up to the boss now. Not in the best condition ever. This one's kind of a strange one. It's kind of one that's... I don't know what the fuck it is, really. Sprite is what it's called, okay. So apparently these things are called sprites, I don't know. Right, you can actually play this quite defensively, yeah. Apparently. I believe, oh. Okay, they do open out, so you'll probably get hit if you stay there. So it's probably not a great idea to stay there. And that is actually it. It is not that difficult, and I will get a level up. Maybe sprites are pretty powerful or something. Alright, there we go. That was Area 4, and quite a tricky one, actually. Very annoying, at the very least. Alright, so Area 5. Kind of more in a mountainous area. Honestly, so...